what impact will I be making? Some of us used our monies to buy books because we were thinking impact. I bought books. Sometimes I was almost stranded traveling. I see some books, I buy it. I don't even have enough money to go home. Because I knew if I don't read today, I won't talk to anybody tomorrow. You'll find some people, all they spend on is their belly. No sense of impact. And they are so happy for somebody else to sustain them. Oh, you need to see their joy. When somebody else is giving to them, they will laugh. They will be excited. In fact, they will even become entitled. They will come back the next day. Oh boy, that is still there. And then because they are looking for what to eat, if you like insult them, they will laugh over it. Abba, I beg, why are they like this? They will literally be calling them fools. They will be laughing. No value. Sit down today. Prepare yourself for impact. That's the mentality of kings. Go check anybody out who carries that mentality. There are young men today who are telling themselves, in another 5 years we'll control the tech world. There are young men today who are telling themselves, in another 10 years we'll control the real estate world. There are young men today who are telling themselves, in another 10 years there will be fathers in the body of Christ. You think the guy who is just loafing around without plan will ever be like them? If you don't think like that, your appetite will control you. But when you think like that, you will master your appetite, because you know you are going somewhere. Ask Pastor Godwin. When we're doing our masters, I was doing masters fasting. Impact. Don't just be part of those who receive the solution. Become part of those who provide the solution. That's kingly mentality. Number 3, kings think long term, not immediate gratification. You need to see the way people wreck their destinies. You find a man who is going somewhere, he can't delay 5 minutes pleasure, and he sacrifices tomorrow on the altar of temporary pleasure. Many people who should have been prophets today, they sacrifice their prophetic calling because of 200 naira on 10 years ago. Many who should have become mighty. See, these things are real. Learn it now, so you don't get offended at anybody tomorrow. One brother saw me and he was raking with one pastor. He said, this head you are seeing, this is the head that carried the blocks that built that church. He said, today look at the man of God. He's enjoying his life. See us. I said, I don't know the man of God, but that you made up your mind to blame somebody else for your failure, it means you are the architect of your misfortune. Do you know how many people disappointed us? But there are people who don't think long term. Everything is about what they are seeing and perceiving. Find kings, they are investors. They are investors. Every king thinks investment. They invest in relationships. They invest in all kinds of things just to secure tomorrow. And anything a king starts doing, if it will not outlive him, it's not worth his attention. Go and read your Bible. It's replete. Look at David. He was gathering resources to build a temple that will outlive him. His goal was for God's presence to dwell there forever and ever. When God told him not to build, he saved his resources and prepared gold, silver, wood for his son to build. You think there were no David didn't know what to do? He was planning. There are people who are so foolish that they can't even train their own children. They marry 3 wives. They are just enjoying. And right under their noses, their children become wayward. But they are enjoying life. Then when they are in their 60s, their children will beat them to death and waste the wealth. A whole generation wrecked. Have you not seen ladies enter into relationship? They don't think tomorrow. They're under pressure. And they meet a man. 3 weeks they've slept with the man. And the man wake up later and say, hi, I thought we were friends. Friends? And I was coming to your house to cook. Friends can do anything for friends. Think long term. See, where does your money go to? Ask yourself. Some of you listening to me now, 90% of your money goes on your food and your clothes. If I say let's take a census here now, there will be less than 5% who are putting their money in something that will last for 25 years. Some of you don't have a piece of land, but this year only you have spent up to 5 million. So it's not because money is not there. I can tell you more than 95% of the people here have no investment. There are things where you can invest 100,000. You don't need to be a millionaire. Just invest it, but they don't have. If you check their expenditure profile, it's food and clothes, food and clothes, food. You can never dominate like that. You are not a king. You are not a king. No investment in eternal things, no investment in temporal things. And they are saying they will take this world by storm. Some people, even their own lives, they don't invest it anywhere. Check them. In the last 5 years, they have been in 10 places. You can't trace them. You can't trace them anywhere. They've not invested time and service anywhere. 5 years, they've been in 10 places. 3 months, 5 months, 6 months. When you see them, they say, God is talking to us. God. No thinking. Where I served before God commissioned me, I was fought. Tooth and nail, they wanted to tear me. But God told me the minimum year of service is 7. He says after 7, that new beginning starts. If you live anywhere that you have not spent 7 years, he said you wasted your time. The world was created in 6 days. 7 days God rested. Just Jacob farmed for 7 years to get his first wife. Farmed for another 7 years to get his second wife. He said, if you don't spend up to 7 years, you didn't invest. So I stayed. We washed toilet, we stayed. I drove ministers, I stayed. My skin was thick. Some people who were so anointed, more anointed than us, who won't station anywhere, they have vanished. No long-term investment mentality. Before you know, they've disappeared. If you want to operate as a king, think long-term. Become an investor. Invest your time. Invest your energy. Invest your expertise. Invest your resources. Don't eat everything you have. Even God won't be able to help you, because he giveth seed to the sower, then bread to the eater. If you turn your seed to bread, you have no tomorrow. This is why many Christians are fasting and praying, but they will struggle tomorrow. And they are arming themselves with who to blame. They wasted our time. They were prophesying. We thought it was real. We were wasting time praying. Look at us today. You were not wise. This is why you must gain wisdom. Number 4, how does king operate? Kingly mentality. Talk. There's a way kings talk. Kings know that there is power in their words. They don't talk carelessly. Oh, one thing I learned from my wife. She said, silence can never be quoted. Can you believe I've never heard it before? Until I married her. She said, silence can't be quoted. What? Or misquoted. Hey! You don't have to talk, sir. Keep quiet. Anything you want to talk, make sure if you were to be referenced 20 years later, you will stand there. I didn't know. That was when scriptures came alive. That God honors our words. He said, every idle word you speak, you will account for it. I said, wow. He said, I, the Lord, I confirm the words of my servant and the counsels of my messengers. I said, what? You never catch kings talk carelessly. Watch them. Some of you don't pay attention to geopolitics. You need to watch kings. There's one that is almost like a mute. The Chinese president. He doesn't even laugh. When you are laughing and talking, they are so discreet that you can't even interpret their countenance. You don't know whether they are happy with you or they are angry, because they don't want to commit themselves to you. Check presidents and see. Look at people like Putin. They will now say one thing and keep quiet. Wars are calculated, sir. Imagine everything Jesus said in scripture. Imagine if Jesus was talking like you. Oh boy, nothing they walk, oh. Hey, I don't die. You say you are a king. This country safe. Nothing they work here. And you are here. That means you have already passed the judgment over your own destiny. If nothing is working here, that means your life won't work. I'm not saying deny the challenges, but be careful. Your words can make you, and your words can mar you. You find people, they talk anyhow. Especially in this media generation. Media never forget. After 10 years, after 5 years, they can't go forward again. Because they've used their words to block every path that they should have followed. Be wise. Kings don't talk carelessly. Because they know their words carry authority. Number 5. Kings value wisdom over strength. That's why you hear me say from time to time, our generation, everybody's looking for 6-pack, but there's no brain pack. They wear shirt, they open 3 buttons. They are walking like this. Some can't even wear shirt. They carry their shirt, put on the shoulder. They are drinking water so that you see 6-pack. I know the place of health. Exercise is very important. It's healthy. I know that. But I'm telling you, the level of commitment we give to building strength, if we gave it to wisdom, would have changed our world. You need to see kings. Even when they are children, they have special people who train them. Those days, every prince, they teach them mathematics, they teach them language, they teach them economics and investment, they teach them governance, and they teach them warfare. So a prince who is 15 knows more than some 40-year-old who don't know the palace. They sit them down, teach them wisdom, so that when they come out, they naturally will lead you, even if you were asked to compete with them. It will be natural. So why strength is important? Kings value wisdom more than strength. Proverbs 8:15-16 said, by me, wisdom speaking, kings reign. That means a king without wisdom can't reign. By me, kings reign. By me, princes decree justice. It said, by me, nobles, princes rule. Nobles, even the judges of the earth. So if you lack wisdom, you can't operate as a king. That's why I said through wisdom an house is builded. By understanding, it is established. Through knowledge, all the chambers are filled with precious things. Ask yourself, what's the wisdom that powers your relationships? Some people meet a stranger on the road today, next week he's their brother. He enters their family, they go to bedroom. They are introducing him everywhere. See my brother, my brother. Then after 1 month, they say, hey, your brother was involved in armed robbery 2 months ago, and they say you are your brother is an armed robber. Your brother is a bandit. My brother. No code that governs relationship. Every stranger is their friend. And they want to rule. What is the wisdom that powers your money? How you get it and how you spend it. There's no wisdom. Some people, the money just comes and it disappears like that. When you talk, they say, God shall provide. My God supplies all my needs. When they are now in the pit, they say, God, where are you? What's the wisdom? You are saying, Lord, I want to marry. I want to settle down. What's the wisdom that you have acquired to define your home? Oh, Lord, this ministry must work. This ministry must work. 40 days vigil. What's the wisdom that powers that ministry? Nobody reigns by chance. You need to sit down, define the various aspects of your life, and ask yourself, what's the wisdom? What's the wisdom? What's the wisdom? For instance, as far as I'm concerned, 3 things define relationship: similarity of vision, loyalty, and competence. If I don't see that me and you are going in the same direction, no matter how interesting you are, when we enjoy that moment, all of us will go our separate ways. And if I see that we share the same vision, if I don't see loyalty in you, we speak after 2 weeks, 1 month, 3 weeks, I will become very busy because I'm a busy man. If you are working with me and I don't see competence enough to motivate me, my brother, we will talk from a distance. There is a wisdom, sir. Don't be careless about destiny. It doesn't work like that. There's a way kings function. Kings don't joke with wisdom. One of the biggest weapons of a king is his wisdom. You can trace different kings to different operation of wisdom. Number 6, kings think responsibility, not privilege. You hardly find a king take things for free. All this one that, hey, if there's anyone remaining there, help your brother. Never. Nobility frowns at seeking cheap things. When you find nobles, unless you come to honor them, they don't look for cheap things. Somebody wanted to give David a parcel of land and animals to sacrifice to God. He said, I won't take anything from you that will cost me nothing. Never. They gave Abraham a parcel of land. The sons of Shechem said, take, it's your land, bury your generations. He said, no, I will pay for it. I will pay, and let there be witnesses, so that tomorrow you don't change your mind. When I'm not building a lasting project, you'll say, that land is like we have use. No, you can't have use. They bought it. When you find people who are always looking for free food, they are servants. It's a servant mentality. When you find people who are always begging, they are servants. They are always looking for what is free. No, kings don't look for what is free. They take responsibility for things. In fact, even when they err, the first thing you hear them say is, I take responsibility. I take responsibility. In the days of kingdoms, when a king violates certain laws, you know what they do? They kill themselves. Go and study about the Japanese, the samurais. People are noble even up to death. A king will kill himself so that codes that govern the land won't be altered. Why do you think our country is in a mess? We don't have kings. No integrity. People fail. People err. People fail in their duties. And they are shamelessly parading themselves. Why do you think the Western world is ahead? You hear people are accused, they resign. Here you catch somebody in the act, he's fighting for the position. People resign. This is not in the past. They resign. Recently, something was leaked on BBC where they edited a video that indicted Trump. The moment the matter went out, 2 people resigned and they took responsibility for it. It's nobility. Servants never take responsibility. They are looking for one way or the other to justify their failures. And when they are caught, they now start begging. I beg now, please have mercy. For what? No integrity. If you will rule, if you will reign, you must learn the code, the mentality of kings. It's not everything that is, man of God, lay hands on me, lay hands on me. We have been laying hands on you here. Hey, bless this oil. You carry, you pour on your head, you pour in your shop, you pour in your house. You won't go far. It's not always about oil. What's the mentality you are working with? We think service is only powerful when we release fire, we release impartation, people are falling. You will fall and stand up and sink if you don't have the right mentality. And you keep seeing the people in the world overtaking those in the household of God. And we are wondering, there is a code. Some people, they can't be responsible for sweeping. Say, sweep the floor. Every week for 5 years, you will complain. They will say, the broom, there's a way the broom is. Oh, sorry, they opened the door late. Oh, they have 1,001 excuses. And they want to rule the world. Why? Kings must rise. Kings must rise. Kings must rise. Every king thinks service, accountability, and stewardship. That's the code of responsibility. What must I do? Why doing it? I must be accountable. I must be the best at it. That's how kings think. So they love what they do and they commit themselves to what they do. There are those who even hate service. So when they are assigning responsibilities, they go to the back and hide. When everything is done, they come back and say, Kai, God is helping us. Oh, God, yes, it's well. When they are now sharing things, they want to be first. You will be deluded. Number 7, kings honor laws and principles. See the way God thinks. Psalm 138 verse 2. He said, I honor my word above all my names. That's kingship. See the way the psalmist thinks or thought. Psalm 119 verse 97. Oh, how love I thy law. They are my meditations all day. Anybody who hates principles, anybody who hates laws is not a king. Because kings know that outside laws and principles there can be order in the kingdom. So they advocate it and they enforce it. If you are a lawless individual, just know where your destiny won't go far. No matter whatever prophets tell you. Every great destiny is governed by principles and laws. Go read about our fathers. Check their fasting life. Check their study life. Check their prayer life. Check the principles they have with money. Check the principles they have with the opposite sex. I know men of God who don't give lifts to women. It's a principle. They want to go far. But this generation, give them money, ask for it, you won't see it. Leave it, they will take it. So whether you give them or leave it, the money will vanish. And if they tell you next week means, please, I want to run. Leave me for 5 minutes so that I will disappear forever. Because next week will never come. No principles, no laws. No laws. I see many young ministers, you see them, they are hugging women. Hey, my sister, my sister. Lost that they can't tame. You'll see a pastor, a young preacher, he's having counseling with one sister in a dark corner. You know, this one has no principles. He won't go far. Give him time, something will come out. Because they are cheap priests to Satan. Everybody who is a king, he knows that to immortalize any vision, you must systematize it. So what they do is that they build laws and principles. Even the manifestations of the spirit, they are laws. As I'm standing here, there are things I will never alter. I've seen lawlessness. High level lawlessness. That's why many gifted men never become anything. You can't doubt the gift, but life is without boundaries. Porous. Kings don't think like that. In fact, when you find a king who is without law, he seeks a mentor to give him laws. That's how kings think. Because they know these things will never change. If you find men who hate principles, laws, accountability, just leave them. They will drown themselves. There's nothing worthwhile that is not governed by laws and principles. Without jurisdictions, kingdoms don't exist. Number 8, kings protect people and territories. When you find anybody who has kingship in him, he rises up for the oppressed. He doesn't keep quiet in the day of adversity. Everybody who is a king takes it as a personal responsibility to defend the integrity of his territory and to defend the integrity and honor of the people in that territory. You don't need to know them. Go to civilized world where things work. You will see some of these things happen on the streets. People rise up for who they don't know. But when you go to where nothing works, nobody takes responsibility for another person. It's me, I, and myself. It's a servant mentality. A king knows that is a being of influence. So he takes responsibility for others. He helps the poor. He helps the needy. That's why kings advocate for justice. Because they know it is their duty to upgrade the integrity and the honor of others while protecting the integrity of their territories. This is kingship. This is how kings think. If it is difficult for you to stand up for others, something is wrong with you. Your life will be reducing. It will become small and small and small until it vanishes to oblivion. Kings. Jesus was speaking in John 10:11. He said, the good shepherd protects his sheep. Ask yourself, who are you responsible for at this age of your life? Who? Some of us are so servant oriented that even the 2-3 people that live with us in our house, our heart is not large enough to accommodate them. You need to see the way some women fight their house gears. They have sleepless nights over the food house gear eats. She will be so worked up. You think she has a sickness. It's house gear. Now, they are very demonic house gears. Don't get me wrong. I'm just talking about narrow-minded people who can never take responsibility for another person. When a man is a king, he shows. While we were in the universities, there were people who were already dashing their clothes to others who didn't have. They will iron it, fold it, and go and give somebody in private so that nobody knows. Hey bro, I don't know if you like this shirt. Because they've seen the brother use one shirt for long. It becomes a sin for them to wear 10 in one semester. Is kingship driving them? They may not even know. I've seen young people who came from wealthy homes, brought money from their fathers. They supported their mates to pay school fees. You know what? Some of those people they paid school fees for became the people who helped them in the future. It's kingship. It's a code. It may not be spoken, but it's there. Take responsibility for others. Finally, number 9, kings are generous people. Proverbs 29:7 said, a righteous king considers the poor. You know, that generosity is an awareness and an assurance that I cannot lack. He said, the liberal soul shall be made fat. Him that watereth shall by himself be watered unto. When you find people who are kings, they are not looking for who to take from. They are looking for who to give to. They don't rush to take. They are quick to give. That's why in the kingdom, God encourages us to give, because it is kingly. But you know what? As the king is giving, his honor increases. And that's how many bring to honor him back. It's a code. Can I shock you? There are people seated in this service who since January have not gifted anybody anything. Not 100 naira. Even if you are the poorest person in the world. In fact, they don't even think it. You know what they think? Who will give me? See, those days when we had not, we have not been delivered from this thing. You know what my thoughts were? Hi, which bush will I go and find 10 million somewhere that somebody hid and forgot? That's how I used to think. Oh, I used to imagine in my head. Hey, because those days we used the bush a lot. Which bush will I enter? I wish, because I want Jaguar. Jaguar went to the farm and dug a pot and found money. I said, what bush will I enter and find a bag of money? Sometimes I will trust God to lead me to somewhere where somebody has forgotten money so that I can let my life change. Oh, you need to see us when we see people who look like they have money. The way we greet them. Well done, sir. If they don't see, we will come back to their front. Good afternoon, sir. Well done, sir. Greeting, sir. We are not greeting. We are trying to pull money out. Let the person's biro fall. You will see 10 of us. The way who will carry biro and give. Without being made slaves, we surrendered ourselves as slaves. Because of orientation. And you know what? Those people never gave us anything. They rather used us. You know why? They knew we didn't have values. So they didn't need us for anything. They will come, they'll say, hey, go and bring water there. Hey, buy this. Hey, come here. Oh, no. When they are going, they will not frown and walk away. You will even dare say, Oga, are you okay? They die for you. Beggars. We were beggars. But the day came, I knew that kings don't beg. Kings don't beg. I respect people. I honor people because it's my character. But I don't expect anything from anybody. In fact, we are not quick to receive. Sometimes when you give, we say, don't worry. Don't worry, you don't have to. You don't have to. I can't tell you how many places I go to preach and live on the radio. No, sir. No, you don't have to, sir. I just came to share fellowship. Because I've come to understand that my God supplies all my need. My God. I have a God. He supplies all my needs. See, there are things that anointing will do for you. There are things that impartations will do for you. There are things that prophecy will do for you. But there are other things that only mentality can give you. If you have the wrong mentality, even if you live with Jesus, you may not succeed. Go and ask Judas, he will tell you. Why others were looking for how to serve Jesus, Judas was looking for what he could get by selling Jesus. At the end of the day, who gained? He didn't think long term. He was self-centered. Kings are liberal. That's why they grow bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Because it's a testimony of the heart. May the Lord make a king out of your life. May the Lord cause you to function on earth, not as a servant, but as a king. May every erroneous mentality that you have inculcated over the years that has reduced your manifestation, let it be broken tonight.